Welcome back to the RVT training. My name is Josh. In this video, we're going to understand the compounding effect of the skills that we've learned in the training thus far. Meaning, when you inform and educate your clients, when you identify the want and need, when you option base your solutions, and you give the client the opportunity to decide and to choose what is best for them and what they want to invest in, you're going to see how that compounds and how that can benefit you and benefit the company. Let's start off with assuming that you want a $4 an hour raise. All right? A $4 an hour raise. Now, I will tell you in this video, I'm going to be doing a lot of writing on here. So you'll see the back, but I'm going to try to make sure I'm facing you when I'm talking to you. But let's say you want a $4 an hour raise. In some companies, that is astronomical. That sounds very unattainable. But I'm going to show you in this video how you can easily achieve a $4 an hour raise. Bosses, bear with me here. A $4 an hour raise is equivalent to about $8,000. So $8,000 a year, that's based on 40 hours a week, 50 weeks a year. All right, I understand that in the trades, you work overtime. If you are in the service industry, you are going to be on call and those hours may vary. But $4 an hour is equivalent to about $8,000 a year. So quick rule of thumb, 50 cents is a grand. All right, so just so you understand, $4 an hour, you want to make $8,000 additional a year. I know as a business owner that this $8,000 is probably going to cost me $10,000 to $11,000. Workman's comp is going to go up. Payroll taxes are going to go up. The cost of operating at a higher wage is going to be greater. I understand that. Your technicians need to understand that. The more that they make, the more that they cost, and that's the reality of it. That's why they have to continue. Technicians, I'm talking to you. You have to continue to elevate yourself, develop your skills, and train where you can add more value. You don't just cost more money. So let's assume that you want a $4 an hour raise. I'm going to show you how you can get that pretty easy. My experience, so I'm working this equation based on my experience. My experience is running an average of 3 calls a day is pretty light. But we're going to use this metric of 3 calls. That is 3 calls per day. Let's say that you go through the RVT training. You understand how to communicate with the client. And by the way, one of the other bonus videos, I'm going to train you on how to walk through and effectively educate and inform your clients on the invoice so they can make the best decision for them. 3 calls a day. Let's say that through the training, you're going to generate an additional $15 on a service call. Now, if you're decent in math, you know 3 calls a day at $15 is $45 per day. Let's talk about the $15 in revenue real quick. If you're going to someone's house and you have a diagnostic fee, and when you go to make a repair, and let's say it's something as simple as batteries in a thermostat. It's a loose, low voltage wire. Let's say you make a very simple flue repair on a water heater. Let's say that you just tighten the screw up on a breaker. There are a lot of calls that we get that don't really require a lot of expense and a lot of additional parts and labor. But when you make those minor repairs and you don't charge the client for them, we think that we're adding value. What we're really doing is we're setting a false expectation that the work that we do is free. And there is no value in free. And this isn't about selling your client. This isn't about stealing from your client. This is about being honest with your client. If I come out to your home and I have to change some wire nuts, there's going to be at least a $15 repair on top of the diagnostic. The diagnostic fee allowed me to identify the problem. The repair is the wire nuts. I may have 3 or 4 wire nuts that I'm going to change out. I'm going to cut the ends, strip new connections, put new wire nut on. A lot of repairmen wouldn't feel confident charging for a few extra wire nuts. The reality is, if you don't charge, you're devaluing and undervaluing yourself. So you have to appropriately charge for the value that you bring to the client. That's why I picked $15. $15 is really easy. It's really simple to add $15 to a service ticket because you're already doing the work anyway. And again, this isn't about overcharging, and this is not about stealing. It's about being honest with your client. So let's get back to the metrics. 3 calls a day at $15 a day, $45 a day in revenue. $45 a day by an average of 21 work days in a month. So there's an average of 21 work days in the month. Some have 22, some have 20, average of 21 work days. So this is a little bit of an average, but 45 by 21 is $945 in revenue per month. $945 times a year, so $945 times 12 months. Now, I know that seasonally, there's going to be more service calls and less service calls. I'm very aware with that, which is why I chose an average of 3. $945 revenue times 12 months equals $11,340. You want a $4 an hour raise. That's $8,000 a year pay increase. I know that to pay you $8,000 a year, I'm going to have to pay more on the back end. It's going to be $10,000 to $11,000 cost for your $8,000 a year increase, your $4 an hour income. You can pay for your own raise on $15 a call. $11,340 in revenue. Now let's look at it from a perspective where we are not just using that money for a pay increase. If you've got $11,340 times X number of service technicians, and for this example, I'm going to use 3. All right, I had a service department with 4 technicians, and then during the busy season, I would get in a truck and I would help. But $11,340 times 3 technicians is, I've got my numbers in front of me, $34,020. $34,020 revenue generation a year on $15. If you understand the compound effect of being intentional, being purposeful, being deliberate, and learning how to properly communicate and serve your clients, you can greatly benefit from that. The company can benefit from that. That $34,000 may not go directly into a pay increase. Maybe it goes into benefits. Maybe it goes into tooling. Maybe it goes into better vehicles. Maybe it is an opportunity for the company to improve. That way the technicians can improve and continue to create the best experience for the client. Understand the compound effect of this. I never want you to steal from your clients. I always want you to be honest. But if you're going out and you're performing work for free, you're not being honest with your clients. Thank you for spending this time with me. Thank you for investing in yourself. And I hope you understand the compound effect and the value of serving your clients. I will see you in the next video.